Good evening. Is anyone around for Moon Group? Making magical sigils. Hi Kevin. Nice to meet you. Hi Joe. We're not doing cards today, Kevin. It's Moon Group. It will be Sunday for cards at midday. Hi Kate, hello Brenda. Yeah, it'll be Sunday for cards at midday. If you come on and comment, then you'll get a card, my sweetheart. Or you'll get a little mini reading, alright? Alright Kevin, tonight I'm afraid is Moon Group, which is completely different. Hi Tracy, I'm fine. Thinking about going back to class soon. As soon as I can clear Widley and their risk assessment, we'll be fine. Which we're dealing with tonight, so after Moon Group, so hopefully we'll be back to class in no time. Right, well, remember when I did poppets, and I made poppets, and when you make your vision board, I'm looking at my vision board, which reminds me I must light my candle, as it was a full moon 2 days ago. And as long as you do it within the 3 days. Now my black candle, as you know, was erected for my vision board, which is in my bedroom. So I'm going to light it so I can sit and imagine my life as it is going to be with all those things on my vision board. And you should be doing that too. Just imagine that everything you've had is going to be just the way you want it to be. Oh, thank you, Joe. Hi, Tina. Today we're going to talk about the full moon, obviously. Unfortunately, I couldn't do it on Saturday because I was at a camp over ghost hunt, and then last night I was just absolutely wrecked, and I knew I would be. So as long as we do it within 3 days of the full moon, it's fine. Alright, so I've lit my candle from my vision board, and I'm going to sit after this and imagine my life with everything that I wanted, everything that I'd like on my vision board. Right, so the full moon this month is called the full buck moon. Now, the full moon signals a time each month when we're able to have a clear look at what's happening in our lives, so we can decide if we need to make changes. But culturally and historically, the full moon has additional meanings that change from month to month. Alright, so the full moon stirs our emotions. So it's fitting that the full moon for each month has a different name and a different personality. So many of the full moons date back to ancient tribes who followed the full moon to keep track of the seasons. So you see the seasons in terms of like the strawberry moon, which we've already done, or you know, they all correspond with different times of the year when different things would happen. Other full moon names have been created by different cultures around the world, and most of the full moons have more than one name. Alright, so don't be surprised if you see it referred to as not just the buck moon. And the buck moon got its name from the period when the deer or the moose have the greatest antler growth. Alright, so this image and astrological aspects offer energy to this moon. So it works beautifully when it's about protecting the vulnerable, and it needs to be directed this way. So if you're feeling vulnerable, or if you feel that there's stuff you need to change, it's the time to do it now. This July moon is also known as the Thunder Moon, which is from Native Americans, and it's happening under the strongest maternal sign of Cancer. It's not about anything soft and simple. This is about taking a fierce approach to creative, positive efforts, career and love life in a way that leaves no questions unanswered. You're there to protect everything you love, and you're committed to the future of everything you love. This moon, like the sign of Cancer, is associated with a pearl. Now there's nothing more beautiful, and it arises from an irritant. So the message here is to take your pain and turn it into something lovely that you've always desired, a relationship, an art form, or career ideals. Take the pain that you've had in the past and create something beautiful from it, just like a pearl. Water animals rule at this time, so yet the young buck is in charge as well. Emotions are powerful. The lunar and the solar eclipses that follow upon the windows and doors to a life you hadn't imagined. So dream work and divination have become effective if you're ready to take love in action, and that is what it's all about. It's about moving positively, lovingly to a new phase. The Capricorn full moon is the main influence comes from fixed stars that bring good fortune and happiness. They have an optimistic, philosophical and intellectual influence, and they also bring friendship, business success and harmonious family life. So if you're having a bit of a rough time of it at the moment, be happy it's changing, alright? And the full moon eclipse, lunar eclipse, is also influenced by a positive aspect between Mercury and Uranus, and this brings exciting news, stimulating conversations and new friends. And finally, this eclipse is conjunct asteroid Vesta, which reinforces the theme of domestic harmony. So things should be calming down. They've been on a probably tumultuous, but you're getting to a better place. Like a full moon, regular full moon, we have a lunar eclipse again. And this brings your family, home and intimate relationships into sharper focus. It's time to decide to create your inner visions and things you want away from external pressures. And it can lead to conflict, it drains your energy, but it's time to lovingly assert and make your life and your family and your relationships so much more stable. It's full of emotions and instincts as they reach its lunar eclipse. So use your emotional strength and intuition to overcome relationship challenges, relationships itself. Subconscious awareness allows us to have an impartial look at our relationships and work out what's going wrong and to work on that. And you'll clearly see any relationship dynamics or negative feelings dissipate, all right? Because there's a resetting of your emotions and clearing away the emotional baggage of the previous 6 months. I wanted to, in terms of doing some work about my pagan path, if you like, my beliefs. And I've spoken to you before about sigils. Now, sigils are a symbolic representation of an energy, word or intention statement that when activates helps manifest the energy that it represents, all right? Now, you'll hear me say a lot, dream, believe, receive. You dream it, you believe you'll get it, and you will get it. It's all about positive intention. And with all the best will in the world, as much as people say, oh, magic is magicians and all that, magic is intention, it's positive intention. And that is what a sigil leads us towards, is a positive intention. So whatever your spiritual path is, whatever you follow, it can work for you. The only requirements you need to know is that energy exists. Well, we know energy exists. We know that spirits exist. We know that Reiki works. As a Reiki master, I know full well that energy cleansing and energy is able to be moved and it's able to be looked after. And as a psychic reader, I know that energy is a huge part of our lives. And magic in this respect is all about energy. All right, it's all about positive energy. It's all about ushering in what you really want. So everywhere we look, there are symbols and logos that portray a particular idea or feeling to a viewer. They're effective because our subconscious speaks in images and energy, and it only lives in the now. It has no sense of past or future. Look at McDonald's. We see the McDonald's sign everywhere. We know probably most of the signs, most of the things that the advertising people use because they are memorable. So our subconscious does not speak in words. It speaks in pretty pictures. It speaks in signs. It speaks in logos. It doesn't speak in words. So no matter how much you tell yourself, I'm awesome, or I want to be successful, your subconscious won't hear you. So this is why positive affirmations, when used alone, don't always work. So the art of creating sigils transforms your intention, statement or positive affirmation into a symbol that, along with your infused energy, represents that intention in a way that your subconscious can hear and understand it. You don't see, I know you've got McDonald's, I know that you've got, and I know they've got words after them, but they have the signs, and the signs is all they need really, because we know what the rest is. So when you activate a sigil, you're blasting that intention out to the spirit world, while simultaneously signalling your subconscious to shift itself in order to be open to receive what the universe and the spirits are offering you. Alright? If that makes sense. So it's all about putting that positive intention out there. So there are 5 types of sigils based on what their purpose is. You've got intention sigils, which are commonly used on the internet right now. These are sigils created to help you manifest a desired outcome or energy like prosperity, gratitude, have a great job interview, or even help you to improve your health and well-being. These sigils work by focusing a specific energy into a symbol that can be activated to the universe. Now, you'll see these all over the internet. You'll see signs, you'll see things that are showing you the way forward and the way for all these wonderful things you can achieve, and these wonderful things that you can go and buy, and these wonderful low fat, not fat, probably really bad for you crap that they sell. You've got correspondence sigils. These are sigils created to connect to a corresponding energy. So something, in order to have access to something of its energetic signature, that's kind of difficult to understand. So examples of correspondence sigils would be sigils for earth, air, fire, water, and any of the planetary bodies. Now we know the zodiac signs. They're not words. They correspond to words, but the actual signs are just signs. They're sigils. Now I'm going to teach you how to make your own sigil. Alright? Then you've got name sigils. These are sigils that are created to connect to a specific person, place or thing. So by making a sigil from its name, this could be a person, any spiritual entity such as an angel, or a member of whatever you want around you, you can actually make a name sigil to draw them to you. Then you've got linking sigils, which are specifically created to form a link between one thing or place and another. So any sigil already links itself to an entity or intention that it represents. But if you were to create a sigil specifically linking one item, person or place to another, this would amplify the link. So say you wanted, I don't know, you wanted your son to get a job. You could put your son's name, and you could put the place that you want him to work, and you could create the two together as a sigil. Alright? It really is as simple as that. Then you've got combination sigils. So this describes the act of combining sigils for multiple purposes. So by overlapping them on top of each other and tracing the result, drawing them next to each other and touching, or taking part of each sigil and creating a new unique sigil from these parts. It's good fun, and I'm going to teach you how to have fun with it. Now, times this would be useful would be when you're needing more than one energy at a time and you don't have room for a bunch of different sigils all over your workspace, or if you're creating mojo bags or whatever you're doing, or magic bottles or poppets or whatever. Yeah, I'm looking at my poppet when I did that. I wasn't just looking up at the air. So there's lots of different ways to do it. So sigils range from a complicated to the very simple, I don't want to complicate you, and I don't want to overcomplicate you with this, okay? It can get complicated, so I'm going to cut some of it out. But first of all, the first one that we need to learn is the Saturn Chimera, or the magic square. Now this is a magic square, and I'll show you, and I've actually pasted it on the group page. That is a magic square. Now you see all of the sides add up to 15 each way. Alright, and there's 9 numbers. Alright, now that is a magic square. This is archaic. This goes back an awful long way. Now I want you to get a pen and paper and write that down super quick. Alright, so draw yourself a grid and write the numbers. So 276 across the top, 951 underneath, and 4, 3 and 8. Alright, 276 at the top, 951 at the middle, 4, 3, 8, because we're going to do some work with that in a minute. Magic squares, they're called. Now this method of creating sigils uses both numerology and what's called a magic square, or chimera. This is a grid pattern made up of an equal number of squares across and down, and each square contains a number, with each row, column and diagonal square of numbers is added up separately. They all equal the same number, 15. Alright, always. It's the way it works. There are different chimeras that correspond to each planet, so you can choose which planet, but basically it's the same thing. Using numerology, you can attribute each letter of the word you'd like to make it, to use a sigil, to a number using any different ways, but I'm going to show you this. Okay. Now, the other way of making it is using a witch's sigil wheel, which is like this. Now I don't expect you to draw this, but it is on the page and it's there for you to copy. Alright, now that is a witch's sigil wheel. Now obviously that's a little bit easier than doing it numerology way, so maybe it might be beneficial to print that out at a later time and try making a sigil using that. Alright, it's easier, but I'm going to teach you the other way, or 2 different ways. So the witch's wheel, there are many that use different alphabets or different arrangements of the English alphabet, but you've got to remember that this is your own ideas, this is your own personal way of making a sigil, so it can be very personal to you. And if you want to make your own witch's wheel, as long as it's got A to Z in it, you can do it. Alright, it's simple, and you've got to remember that whatever you do is your own personal magic. Alright, and when I say magic, I mean energy. The common way to write a sigil is to write out the intention statement and then use the letters to make just words, and I'll show you how to do that. I want you to, first of all, we'll try and do this, right? So if I was going to do a word sigil and I was going to use a statement, so say I wanted to encourage money. Let's say I want to gain the money I need, right? So you'd write, I'd take to lean on, really, I should have sorted this out before. Right. So you'd write bring money to me. It wouldn't be something that crass, but just to give you an idea. The first thing you need to do is cross out all the vowels, so all the A's, E's, I's and U's. So you're left with BRNGMNYTM. So we're going to, the easiest, simplest way of making a sigil is you'd then say take the M and then you'd make an N into it. So you'd then maybe do an N. So you cut that and you put that in, yeah? Then you might want to make a Y, right? So you could make a Y there. So that's got rid of that one. So that word's done. You can see. Then you want a B. So where can you put a B that's not going to be... I'm going to put a B there. Yeah? So I can get rid of that one. And I want to put an R. So I might put an R there. See? I've made a little R. So it all joins in together. So we get rid of that. I've already got an N, so I don't need another N, so I can get rid of that. Now I want a G. Right, so that's not going to be quite as easy. Say I put a G in there. Yeah? And I'm going to cut out the G. That's that word done. Now I need a T. Well, that's easy. Do that. And there's a T. So I'm going to take the T out. And I've already got an M. So this would be my sigil. Yeah? So it's every letter I need made together into a sign. Alright? It's as simple as that. And that then, if you do it that way, you can either put that in your pocket, you could put health, I'd suggest something positive, and you could put it in your pocket. You could, generally you'd burn it. Generally you would either bury it, burn it. Sigils aren't meant to be kept. Sigils are meant to be temporary. So you may decide to put it somewhere or do something with it, but then to destroy it. Some people write sigils on, using obviously special pens, on rice paper and eat it. It's even been known to do that. Or pipe it onto a cake and then eat it. It's all part of the manifestation of it. Now the other way to do it, so we've got our magic square, all add up to 15, right? And you've got your alphabet, and each alphabet letter has numbers. So number the alphabet 1 to 26. Now when you get over 9, start adding the numbers together to make them down to lowest denominator. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then you've got 10. So just make that 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. Then 11. 1 plus 1 is 2. So see, I've crossed it out and put 2. 12. Crossed it out and made that 3. M. 13. Crossed it out, made it 4. N. 15. Crossed it out, made it 5. O, and it goes on. When you get to, turn it that way. When you get to 19, that's obviously going to be, we're going now 9 plus 1 is 10. So we're back to 1, 10. So that goes back to 1. Then you've got 2, 0, which is 2 plus 0 is 2. Then you've got 21, 3, 22, 4. You see what I mean? So each letter would have a number. So if I wanted to bring into my world, let's say a relationship, okay? So I'm going to write the word. If I can get it to work. I'm going to write the word relationship. Yeah, I'm going to take out all the vowels. Right, that leaves me with those. Now, going back to my square, I know that R is going to be number 9, alright? So I'm going to plot R as number 9, so I'm going to put a dot there. Then I've got an L, so L is going to be 3, alright? So I'll put a dot at number 3. and I'll put a line from 9 to 3. T is going to be 2, so I'll put a line or a dot at 2, and I'll go from 3 to 2. Alright, if you can see what I'm doing. Then you've got an N, so an N is 5. Alright, so I'm going to put a dot at 5, and I'm going to draw a line to number 5. Then I've got S, which is 1. So I'm going to draw a dot to 1, and I'm going to go like that. If you've got 2, you can do a dot next to it. It's quite a big square. Then you've got H, which is 8. So I'm going to go to 8. So I'm going to draw a dot, and I'm going to join up there. Okay. The next one you've got is P. So P is 7. Alright, so you're going to go to number 7, which is here. Alright, so that is my sigil. So my sigil goes like this. Right, ready? It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now that is a sigil for a relationship. Now say I want to put a circle around it, and that's my little sigil, my own personal sigil, and I want to put that inside my poppet, or I want to put it on my mood board, or I want to put it on my diary, or I want to put it somewhere, wherever you want to put it. Alright, but that's your sigil. Okay, that's what that is. That's how you've done that. Alright, it's very simple. So I hope you understood that. There is using the witch's wheel, which you can make any way you like. Let me find the witch's wheel, and I'll show you the same sort of idea. Here's the witch's wheel. Right, so you've got a witch's wheel, which you can make up any way you like, as long as it's got the 26. So if I wanted to bring health, short one, it's going to be a little sigil. So health, H-E-A-L-T-H. Or say good health. Let's do good health. Right, first of all we're going to get rid of vowels. Alright, and that's what we're left with. So we start with G. So on the magic witch's wheel, we start on G, so it starts there. Next is D, that's over here. So we're going to draw a line from there to there. Next one is H, and H is there, so we're going to go back on ourselves there. Next one is L, so L is here, so we're going to draw from there to there. Then T, so we've got T there, and you can go back on yourself. And H again, so we had an H already, so it's going back, so we'll put it slightly to off centre, and we'll go to there. So that is a sigil for good health using the witch's wheel. So that would go, if I was going to draw a sigil, it would go, you can see which way it's going, and if you get confused, draw little arrows like that. Yeah, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm just going to draw one on myself. Let's try it again in a bigger space. Right, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that basically is a sigil for good health. Alright, now I might want to put that, so you don't do it with the letters underneath it. You do it as if the letters aren't there. And that would be, and it's not great because I'm drawing it in my hand in the air, but that would be a sigil for good health. Alright, so there's different ways of doing sigils, whether it's with the letters, with the original letters, like I showed you. She says, unable to find it. Here it is. Right, so if you wanted to just draw the letters together, you can do it as fancy as that. so each letter's in there. Alright. If you wanted to do it in the way with the magic square, which is the most common way of doing it, you would need to work your alphabet out to bring it down to numbers between 1 and 9. Okay, easily done, just add them together. Assign a number to each letter. And then you plot the letters on your magic square. And then that becomes your sigil. Alright? Nobody will ever know what that sigil is, except for you. Because you will then connect with that in your way of your subconscious, and that logo will become a representative of what you want and what you want to manifest. Or you do it that way on the witch's wheel, although you can use the A-E-I-O-U on that one. Okay, so I hope that made sense. I hope. Now I hope you have lots of fun making your sigils, and use them wisely and use them wherever. Alright, use them carefully. Obviously don't manifest bad, because everything you manifest you get back threefold, and the last thing you want is bad things coming to you. Threefold, that's the last thing you want. So always have something good, yeah, always something positive, and you can put them wherever you want, but eventually you need to destroy them. The same as I will write my intentions for this month. In fact, I'll do that now. What do I want to get rid of this month? I always get rid of negativity. Seems to be a thing in my life. I'd like to get rid of so you say it as if you've already got it. So I say thank you for taking away negative thoughts. So you do it as if you've already got it taken away, and then you want to bring something in. So I'll say, but as if you've already got it, thank you for giving me happy memories, because it's all about memories now while we've still got time. Alright, so these two I will then burn outside in the 2-day, 3-day window of the full moon, and I'll make sure they burn. Alright, and by doing that I make a pact with the energy, with the spirit, so that's what I want, and that's what I want to get rid of. Okay, so I hope you understood that. I haven't seen any comments. It really does affect your body, Tanya, and you didn't get it, Steve. I hope somebody got it. It's all about making signs and symbols that we see every day. Big M for McDonald's, or you know, whatever. It's never a word really, it's a sign, and that's what I'm trying to teach you to make. So please watch it again, go over it again, make sure you get the magic square, maybe make your own witch's wheel, and it is honestly simple to do. Once you get into it, you'll be surprised how many you make. Alright, so I hope you've had a lovely full moon, and I'm off to burn my things, and I'm off to imagine my life with my vision board. Alright, if there's anyone got any ideas of what they'd like me to do next, or anything that I haven't touched on that somebody would be interested in learning, if I know it, I'll always impart my knowledge. Alright, so let me know, and we'll see what we can do next full moon. If not, I'll try and imagine or think of something good, and enjoy your sigil making, because it's good fun, and nobody will ever know what you're asking for apart from you. Alright, take care, and I hope you're all well, and enjoy your buck moon. Be positive. It's all going to be cool. Alright? Okay, take care. Lots of love and light to you all. And I'll see you soon. Bye.